Hello. Were any of you at the queer comedy showcase that we did for Pride Month? Yeah, well, if you were there, get the fuck out. That was the worst audience I've ever performed to. Are you guys going to be better than that audience tonight? Oh, so y'all think you're better than the gays. Typical. Alright, anyway. So I am Justin Murdoch. I am now officially an old gay. Okay, and I really hate that. I've recently turned 42. And once you pass the age of 40, you disappear to all the younger gays. And that makes me very sad because I have a problem. I have a twink problem. If you don't know what a twink is, hey Kyle, wave your hand for everybody. Yes, hey Kyle. Kyle's moving everybody without having ever hooked up with me. It makes me very sad. But anyway, that's Kyle. But no, so I do have a twink boyfriend. I call him the little baby dog because he's this little like pocket-sized gay. And he lives in Baltimore, okay? And the last time I was with little baby dog, we went to a concert where he drank his height in tall boy Vizzies. And I was having to like hold him up by his jock strap handle. You other gays know what I'm talking about. To keep him from on the floor. And so in that state of drunkenness, see, Doug's plan has always been to move back to Huntington at some point. And in his state of drunkenness, he was telling me that he's going to move up the timeline on that, and he wants to get back to Huntington as soon as he can. But he also said if he's going to disrupt his life plan to come back to Huntington to be with me, then we need to talk about the M word. And I got very scared because the first M word that came to my mind was monogamy. Folks, George Santos did not throw the first brick at Stonewall, so I had to sleep with one man for the rest of my life. But then the second M word that came to my mind was murder. Because see, little baby Doug, there's an age gap there. He's 16 years younger than me. So why else would he want to marry me than to then murder me for the insurance money? And also, he is getting his PhD in forensics. So Doug knows how to professionally disappear me. So this is an actual threat on my life, I feel like. But no, guys, it turns out he actually did mean marriage. And I was like, well, you know what? I've done it twice. What the hell? So we're thinking about it. But no, being an old gay is kind of weird, y'all. Like my U up texts are going out around 9 p.m. now. It's kind of weird. Like I don't really have to time my set tonight because I drank a beer before I came up, and I have 20 minutes max before I have to piss. You know that song, Padam Padam, that's been going around this summer? I don't even know. The gays know it. I know the gays know it. But like, I can only Padam once, and then I have to take a break before I can Padam again. Like, yeah, it's difficult being an old gay. I had this hookup the other night, and the boy said, Daddy, I'm bussing. And I looked at him and I said, oh no, baby, don't do that. I'll get you an Uber. I don't know. Ain't no kids in your jail. So, other thing about being an old gay, like we're a very vain species as gays, and I'm getting some wrinkles, and I'm not ready for the Botox yet, so I've been looking for other ways around it, and I found a good way to get past the wrinkles. Whenever I hook up with somebody, I just lay on my back and say, sit on my face, right? Because when you lay back like that, your face just, everything just lays straight, and you look back. Plus, it's really good practice for when little baby Doug smothers me in my sleep with a pillow. It has its benefits. Are you all familiar? I know some of you are, but are any of the straight folk familiar with, in the gay male community, we have these terms that we use to refer to each other as, and they're like animal terms. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody know any of these? Bear, otter. Yeah, we've got all those things. Anybody want to venture a guess what I am in that designation? Well, I am that. No, y'all, I'm a filthy fucking pig, okay? Oh my God. No, obviously I'm a silver fox, right? Come on. You all could have guessed that. But no, what I want to talk about, somebody said bears, and under those we have even, we have the drop-down menu. So under bears, you have polar bears also. And so I got confused recently. I got this New York Times notification on my watch, and it alerted me that there had been a polar bear attack in Alaska on this mother and her baby. And I thought, oh, well, that actually makes sense. The baby was probably crying in a movie theater. The polar bear had enough and snapped, right? But then I realized, oh shit, they're not talking about the cute, chubby, white-haired gay man polar bear. They're talking about the cute, chubby, white-haired murder ball polar bear, okay? And so I thought other people might be confused by that. And so I've got a PSA for you. I've got some ways for you to determine which type of polar bear you're encountering, okay? So this is the first one. They start easy and they get harder. So a polar bear says, yes. A polar bear says, roar. See the difference? This might just be for the older folks in the room, but a polar bear will do coke in the bathroom. A polar bear will do a Coke commercial. Y'all remember those? So a polar bear can't decide whether he wants the dad or the son. A polar bear will eat the mom and the baby. Sorry, it was from the New York Times. I didn't make that up. So similarly, y'all, a polar bear will eat your ass. A polar bear will eat your ass! Come on, you gotta be careful with that one. I got one more for you on this particular topic, and this joke right here is gonna determine whether you're a good audience or not. I'm watching your reaction. So, if a polar bear is making unwanted advances on you, you can fend one off by saying, I'm not into it. Just say, hey, I'm not into it. The other one you can fend off by saying, I'm not Inuit. Correct. Groans were the correct response to that joke. That's my favorite response to a joke, actually. All right, I'm going to give you just one more little story here. A little collection of stories about my mother, actually. Being an old gay means I also have an aging mother, okay? And she's having some health issues. And she called me the other day and she said, Justin, I fell. I said, oh my God, Mom, are you okay? What happened? Well, I fell on the steps. All right, well, first of all, Mom, why weren't you using the stair lift that I had installed for you? Well, Justin, there was a bug on the stairs. So not only was Mom not using the stair lift, she was going down the steps backwards with one shoe off and in her hand, using it as a weapon to fight a bug in an epic battle, which she lost. She went ass over elbows down the stairs, whacked her titties on the stair lift on the way down. Right? Like, Mom, that is the improper way to use that equipment. It's for that ass, not for them titties. But, that's a discussion for another day. And we tried a couple of things. We got one of those little necklaces. Remember the I've fallen, I can't get up necklaces? It didn't work though, because every time she'd take her bra off, her tits would hit the ground and set it off. Right? The lady, come on, Mrs. McIntyre, do you need assistance? And her tits are like, no, we'll just take the stair lift. That was stupid. Okay, so the other thing we tried was an Apple Watch. Did you know, for those with elder relatives, you can set up an Apple Watch for them that will alert certain phone numbers that you program if that person falls, okay? So we thought this was a great idea, but Mom always forgets to wear the watch when she's around the house, okay? And I've got to do an aside here, because when I was first testing out this material, I did a joke where my mother accidentally called me on her Apple Watch while she was driving. And a little secret, sometimes we embellish the truth as comics, and that had not actually happened the first time I did this joke. Then a couple of months after I did that joke, my mother accidentally called me on her Apple Watch while driving. And I thought, damn, Justin, you gotta be careful. your comedy is so powerful that the jokes you make on stage are coming true. That's a lot of power to have, you all. And so with that in mind, I want you guys to watch for my 30-minute YouTube special. It drops tomorrow. It's called My Life with a Giant Horse Cock. But no, Mom, Mom's one of those people that she's like way too eager to show how much she loves my community. You all know anybody like that? And by my community, I mean the comedy community. She hates the faggots. No, Mom loves the gays. She loves the gays so much she's come out to me twice now. At our first Pride Festival, she had been at a high school reunion. So she came down to the festival afterwards, a few margaritas in. She pulls me aside. She says, Justin, I gotta tell you something. I'm part of your community now. And I'm looking at these high school girlfriends she brought with her. I'm like, I'm about to meet my new stepmom. This is an awesome pride, y'all. But no, she says, I'm the A. It's like, Mom, just because you married 3 husbands that can't afford to marry another doesn't mean you get to be asexual now. Okay? Then she tried it again. So my mom had a kidney transplant 2 years back, 4th of July. It was from a male donor. We named him Uncle Sam. He's doing a good job in there for her. But she could not get to my trans son fast enough after this transplant to let him know, hey, Anders, I have a male kidney in me, so I think I'm a little trans too now. Like, all right, back it up, trans grand. This is not how this shit works. But now they've both changed their names to Elliot. That's just how it happens, y'all. All right, I got one more little kidney transplant joke, and then I'll get out of your way for the wonderful Angie over there. So yeah, Mom got this kidney transplant. The first time we went to meet with the transplant team, they handed us this little waiver that we could sign if she was willing to accept a kidney from a donor that was Hep C positive. So, well, all right, beggars can't cut users, so I guess, ooh, another groaner. I didn't expect that to be a groaner. But anyway, so we signed the waiver. And I was thinking to myself, this is a really beautiful thing, honestly. We've all lost people we love to addiction, and now from one of those tragic losses, my mom can get her life back. But instead of saying that really beautiful thing to my mother, I said, hey, Mom, this is pretty cool. Now you won't be the only member of the family that has had an addict's organ inside of you. Yeah, Mom usually laughs at my jokes. That was not one of them. But then she said, now when you get a new kidney, they put it up here. They can't go through the back. There's too much important stuff back there. So she said, Justin, that's gross. Mine's going in my abdomen. And I said, yeah, same, Mom. If they're doing it right. But anyway. So yeah, Mom, this last Christmas, I bought her one of those little memory books, you know what I'm talking about? That has little prompts you fill out and you pass it down when you pass away. And when she got home from Christmas dinner, she could not remember the code to get into her front door. I thought, damn, I waited one Christmas too long to buy my mother this memory book. But with that in mind, and in closing, y'all, watch for my mother's memoirs to drop shortly. It's called Raising a Son with a Giant Horse Cock. Yeah! All right, everybody, let's bring these comments back up.